Hello, people of the interwebs. So, I'm coming to talk about some of the obstacles that I'm facing as a parent in school and how I'm working on combating some of these obstacles. Currently, I am in school for engineering. I am going to be taking some summer classes, which I got a scholarship for to help pay for that. So, and I had a grant that paid for that as well. So we're in business. In terms of school being paid for, I'm confident in my abilities to get scholarships to help pay for school. Now, the obstacles that I face in terms of going to school are, of course, childcare. I have 3 children that are in elementary school, and I have 1 in daycare. So during the school year, things are pretty fine. With the older kids, I just have to find like after school care for them if I do end up working, which I do plan on trying to get a full-time job because I have like housing struggles, and I'm sure everyone has housing struggles right now. Like the pandemic kind of tore everything up, but staying with family currently, and there's like a serious mold situation, so I'm trying to figure out how to combat that right now, because I have 2 asthmatic kids and I don't want there to be like long-term damage. Currently looking for a job, but I'm also working right now. I'm working doing the research. That's a paid research situation. So, but that project will end pretty soon, and so I need to find some more work after that. But as a single parent, it's not enough. I think even if there were 2 households, you'd still have to have adequate, and you would both have to work and contribute to the house for you to adequately take care of your bills. So there's that. So I'm hustling right now. At the moment, I have in the past donated plasma. You really only get the best benefits of that in the very first month. I have also some of the scholarships will pay for like housing and different things like that. So there's one way. The only downside to that is that it's usually at the end of the semester or the beginning of the semester. So in the in-between time that you're waiting, the 2 months or the 4 months until the semester ends or begins, you have to find something else to do. So I'm looking into some side gigs that will work with my kid's schedule. Now that summer's coming around, I'm going to try to, I'm working on getting them into summer school. The local YMCA does something if you have, it depends on your income level, but they do like a sliding scale summer camp situation. And so I'm working on getting my kids into that right now, and hopefully that'll be taken care of. And then I get CAPS, so that's like assistance for childcare. I get that for the one in daycare. And so I'm working on finding another after school program for them to get into as well for when school starts again. And I'm doing a lot of different things. Looking into housing situations, like maybe a transitional housing, even a shelter at this point, just because of the mold situation. It's summertime and it's bad. I may take pictures of, like, it's not in the room that we're in, but it's in another room in the house. And so we have to get going. And so there's that. So housing has always been an obstacle. From the time I started school, it's always been an obstacle. Income has always been an obstacle. And it's hard to be in so many places at one time. School is more of a long-term goal situation. But what I'm going for is not necessarily something, like, I know myself. I did online schooling for as long as I could, but then I started seeing not so good results with the classes. And it's not to say that online schooling doesn't work for everyone. For me personally, I learn better in person, and so I've established that. So I have to figure out how to at least go part-time, if not full-time. So full-time is 12 credit hours or more, and then part-time is 6 credit hours. And so in order for financial aid to pay for that, you have to have at least the 12 in the regular semester and at least the 6 in the summer semester. Summer semester is only 2 months. It's June and July. And then spring is, I think, January, February, March. And then it ended in April. And then fall semester is August, September, November, December. Yeah, that's right. But yeah, so I have a lot of work cut out for me because I do have four little offsprings to also worry about. And some of the other obstacles is if we have some behavioral issues at school, I have to stop what I'm doing sometimes to go calm a kid down, talk to a teacher, those type of things. Kindergarten was really rough for one of my kids, and I physically had to go to the school to come get her, and that was really rough in the beginning. Things have calmed down a lot. We had to get her into a different program at school, but the school is definitely working with the kids. They go to a charter school, so yeah. There's that. Those are some of the obstacles. Pick up, drop off time, I do all of that by myself. So I wake up in the morning. For example, I'm supposed to wake up at 5:30. So oftentimes I do, but sometimes I have a hard time getting out of bed. Just my thoughts are racing or whatever it is. 5:30 wake up time, and then get the kids ready. I try to be out of the house before 7, but oftentimes it's around 7:30, and this is just my schedule now. Oftentimes we get out the house by like 7:30, and then off to the daycare to drop one kid off. And then I had to calculate it perfectly because after the daycare, if there's no traffic, it's 13 minutes to get to my other kid's school, and I usually try to get them there by 8 o'clock. 7:30, it's a toss-up if there's traffic, but their school starts at 7:40, and so I try to get them there before the late point, which is 8:05. And then after that, I drive to the college, which is about 20 minutes away, to come to my research group. And then I do that from 9 a.m. until 12, sometimes till 1, depending on what leftover research I have to do and if I have to input the data into the computer. And then after that, I do a little bit Ubering sometimes, some type of delivery, or I try to do some studying for something. I'm also doing, the school pays for like LinkedIn Learning, so I'm taking some courses on there in the meantime until summer semester starts, which I'm taking college algebra over again this summer, and then economics. So anyway, I got distracted. So after that, I have to get the kids at 3:30, the bigger kids, the elementary kids. I have to get them at 3:30. So I do a little bit of delivery, eat lunch, and then get the kids at 3:30. And we may go to the grocery store to get stuff for dinner, and then we may stop somewhere and pick something up, and then also just running errands basically. And then by the time I get to the daycare, it's usually around like 5-ish, and then we're on our journey to the house that we're staying at with family. And then after that, it's cooking dinner, helping reading practice, cleaning, whatever the case may be, just miscellaneous stuff that needs to be done. And then after that, we try to get to bed. We most of the time get to bed at like 9 o'clock. which is pretty late. But that's about the time, 9:30. It depends on if they fall asleep in the car on the way from school, which typically they do, which is why our bedtime usually is rough. But I don't know how to keep them awake. I try to do like DVDs and stuff, because we have the little DVD player in the car. It's an older car, so it has the old school DVD and the cassette tape and all that. But anyway, and then go to bed. I might have 30 minutes to myself before I pass the F out. And then start it all over again. And that's every day. Even on the weekends, because the kids don't care about it being the weekend. They don't sleep in ever. They are up at 7, sometimes 6:30 on the weekends too. And I try to do something fun with them. Fridays they get out at like early. They get out earlier, like around like 1:30. So I have to do something much sooner. We go to the park sometimes after school as well, and that pushes all our time off. But all of those things are planned. But yeah, those are the things I'm trying, and we'll see what works out. This is just like a little update video for me for the future. But yeah, that's what I do. Well, have a good day. I hope it helps someone. Know that you're not alone. Bye.